welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a very exciting video, at least for me, because I am actually collaborating with Tanya's Beauty. And if you don't already know who she is, she's one of my good best friends here on YouTube, and I just kind of like thought of this idea because I was like, oh my god, both love Victoria's Secret, we both love anything like blingy and pink, and I was like, you know what, we should totally collaborate. It's like completely different. She's more of a darker skin tone with beautiful black hair, and I am more of the light skin with red hair. This is actually a wig if you guys were curious, but yeah, I thought that it would be cool to do two different looks with two different people, and I know that she's going to actually create something that's bomb as well. We actually decided to collaborate. If you don't already know who she is, I will link her down below, and I just love her, and I'm so glad that we decided to collaborate on this video. But this is actually going to be a Victoria's Secret fashion show model makeup, and I watch it every single year as well as she does, and I just get excited every year just to see like the cool stuff that they came out with and the cute girly things that they come out with. And also I just love their makeup. Like, they look like angels from above, and their bodies and their hair and everything about them just is amazing. So that is the main reason why I wanted to kind of recreate this look, because I feel like it's very simple. A lot of people want to achieve the look that the angels do have, and I figured I would create this look for you guys. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Tanya down below after you watch this. Okay, so we are going to get started, and I am going to start off with the eyes. We already just did the brows. I did them off camera because I feel like my brow routine never really changes, so I just went ahead and did the same exact thing that I do pretty much in every single tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm going to put that on my eyes. And I like to put a very thin layer of this because if you put too much, it can kind of look like it builds up and kind of crumbles. It's really weird. It's almost like how liquid lipstick works. Like, if you put too much liquid lipstick on, it will get nasty and gunky. So I like to put a very thin layer of this. And I'm just going to take some of my peach powder that I use on top of my face, and I'm going to just set my eyes with that. I normally just use a face powder because I feel like it looks a lot smoother. For this look, I'm going to be using my Makeup Geek palette that I put together, and I think I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Frappe, and it's just a very neutral, I guess you would call this like a brown. It's almost coming up a little bit pink on camera, but it's actually like a almost like mocha color, and I'm just gonna throw that into the crease very softly. The next shade we're going to take is going to be this color right here, and this one is called Country Girl. This is also from Makeup Geek, and this one is kind of like a rustic brown pink color. It's super pretty. I would say it's almost like a mauve brush, kind of something like this. Something more defined, and I'm going to actually just throw that into the crease, but put it more tighter on the crease. Instead of going up towards the brow, we are going to go back and forth into the crease. You want to take the first brush that you started off with. So as you guys can tell, I'm using two different brushes. This one is a Morphe brush. I don't know the name of it, but it is a bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm going to just blend out those edges and kind of make sure that those two colors do blend together. The Ginseng Origins line, and it's just like a cream eyeshadow, and this is like a pretty like almost light pale gold, and it does have a little bit of pink in it. And I'm going to take this on a brush, and I'm going to just put this on the brush, and I'm going to just very carefully put this on the eye. And I'm going to kind of like blend it out. Since we are using a brush, it's a little bit more easier to blend out when you have a brush instead of just using your fingers. So then after that, to top off this cream eyeshadow that we did just use, I'm going to be using the pigment from MAC Cosmetics, and it looks like this, and this is in color Whisper Pink. And I don't know if they still have this shade, but I believe it was part of a holiday collection, but you could always find something similar to this. It's just a light pale pink. It's almost the exact same shade as the cream eyeshadow, but I just like putting that cream eyeshadow to kind of intensify it. And I'm just going to be spraying my brush with some Fix Plus and then adding that to my lids. I'm going to go back in with my blending brush, this one right here, and I'm just going to blend away all those harsh edges. And then I'm going to go back in with the shade. I'm going to be taking this one shade from the Naked 2 Urban Decay Basics palette, and you can pretty much take any color that's similar. This is just a color that I felt like was perfect. It's a black color, but it's like a smoky gray black, which is nice because you don't want it to be too intense, but we are going to create some definition here on the lower lash line, and we are going to take this on a small brush. So I'm just going to take this very lightly, and I'm going to just line my upper lash line. And you can like wing it out just a tiny bit just to give you some dimension, but I'm putting this mostly on the outer part of our eye. I'm not going too much in here because then it will look too harsh. Then after that, you can just throw on some lashes. I'm actually going to be taking these new lashes that I got from Riley Rose, and these are the color, these are the style Iconic, and these are from House of Lashes, and I've been wanting these for such a long time. I don't know if you guys can see them in the packaging. I've actually already worn them, but they are so pretty. Let me actually take them out of the packaging. And I've heard so many great things about House of Lashes lashes, but I've never actually tried them. So when I went to our new store that we have here in San Antonio, the Riley Rose store, they actually had them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get them. The Victoria's Secret models don't really wear like big thick lashes. They kind of wear like long wispy lashes, so I thought that these were perfect. This looks like this. This has actually been one of my favorite mascaras recently. Like, I've been really enjoying it. Working for Estee Lauder, I never really tried their mascaras. I don't know why, but I recently tried the Sumptuous Extreme, and I was really loving it, and I wanted to get my hands on it with my Gratis, but it wasn't available on Gratis, and they actually sent me this one instead. And I've actually been really liking this one. It built up with other mascaras as well, but I like using this one to just separate because I feel like it does a really good job. The lashes are actually dry, so I'm going to take those and apply them. Once more, I'm going to take my Too Faced Peach Primed Cooling Matte Primer, and I'm going to actually apply that to my face. And I love this stuff because I feel like it just helps mattify the skin. And I know we are going for more of a glowier look, but if I wasn't to do this step and just add so much like glowing products underneath, like I would look like a grease ball by the end of the makeup day. So I do like to mattify the skin and then add glow with the highlighter. Victoria's Secret Angels always have flawless smooth skin, so I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Smoother Universal Perfecting Primer, and it looks like this. And I'm going to use this to smooth out any imperfections. This also just helps with pores and just smoothing everything out really nicely. So now I'm actually going to take some foundation, and I feel like I haven't used this foundation in literally forever, but this is the L'Oreal Total Coverage Infallible foundation. I don't even know if this is sold at the drugstore like anymore, but I wanted to use it in this video because this one actually used to be one of my favorites. I've seen it with the Primed and Poreless by L'Oreal. Or not L'Oreal, Maybelline, and I'm going to mix these two together because I like the thickness of this one, but it's a little too thick, so I like to kind of water it down with this one. And I remember this used to actually have really good coverage, so I'm just going to apply this and then build it up until I get the desired coverage that I want. beauty blender that I have. It's actually not a beauty blender, it's a beauty sponge from SLMISSGLAM, and I actually found one of these because she gave me so much when I went to Generation Beauty, and I actually found one of them, and I was in desperate need of one of them because all of mine are either torn or full of makeup and I can't get the makeup off. So I'm so glad that I found this one. Now we are going to apply this Double Wear Stay Flawless Concealer. This is one of my favorites. I feel like I've used this in like literally so many videos, but I still can't get enough of it because it just has such a good consistency with this. Like the texture of this one is really good and it covers really good, and I just love the way it highlights and blends out. Now that that's done, I'm actually going to just set everywhere that we put foundation and concealer with my peach powder, and I'm going to take that on my beauty blender while I just use it on my concealer while it's still wet, and I'm going to just set everywhere. I feel like it just makes my under eyes look so smooth, as well as my pores. I can't get enough of this powder. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that and kind of just put it on the rest of my face. I'm gonna pinch my real eyelashes with my fake ones just because sometimes when I don't do this, it kind of pokes me right here in the inner corner, and I feel like this just really helps with the same shades that we did take on our upper eyes. And I'm going to be taking Frappe like this on a smaller brush, and I'm just going to kind of like blend this right underneath here, but I'm not gonna like smoke it out and make it too dark because the angels never really have like I said, like a smoky eye, but I just want to throw something underneath there so we don't look bare. I'm going to be taking a blending brush and some of this cream eyeshadow and just putting this right here where your inner corner is, to bronze the skin. And I feel like the angels really have nice bronze skin, like you could actually see it on the runway. I feel like that's mainly what stands out is their bronzer. So I'm going to be taking this bronzer from Physicians Formula, and I'm just going to take this on an SLMISSGLAM, what is it called, powder brush, but I like the thickness of this to bronze, and I'm just going to be taking that on the areas that you would normally like contour, but just with a fluffier brush, just to give you more of a bronze look. I'm picking this blush because I feel like the angels don't really wear blush. I feel like it's mainly just like bronzer and highlight, but I still need to add something because I feel like I'll just feel weird not putting on blush. And this is kind of like a second bronzing shade, but it's a little lighter, so it gives a little bit of color to the cheeks. So for now, for the fun part, we are going to highlight the whole entire face, and I'm using Mary Luminizer in the shade Mary Luminizer, I believe that's what it's called, but it's just from the Balm, and it looks like this, and oh my god, this makes your skin look bomb. So I'm actually going to be taking a little Real Techniques brush, and this is the Highlight and Glow brush, and I'm going to be swirling that in there. Like, look how it makes your skin look. I actually really like this because it makes it look like your skin's wet, and I love highlighters that do that. For the lips, I was really unsure of like what kind of lip color I wanted to go for because the angels normally have like a glossy lip, but I decided to do kind of like a twist on it. So I'm actually gonna be using the Jouer or Jouer, I always forget how to say this, but it is their liquid lip cream metallic in the color Crimson Rose, and it just looks like this, and it's just a metallic liquid lipstick. Oh my god, that's actually really pretty. Okay, so that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that little bell down below. That way you guys can be notified when I upload. Also, don't forget to check out all my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!